Yeah, hi there, this is tuxocho.com again. Welcome on my video channel. Today in this video I want to talk a little bit about Handbrake and archiving your video clips. That is, especially useful for my YouTube videos, because most of my YouTube videos I will never touch again after they are uploaded. So this might be a reason to archive and make those archives a little bit smaller via the use of Handbrake. But the event that caused me to this was an error on my side, because I accidentally recorded a video with 4K and 4:2 400 megabit in the Lumix S5 2X, and that resulted in a 38 gigabyte file. And if you calculate that on all the project I'm doing, that's a whole lot of storage needed for those video clips. So I decided to get myself into archiving the video clips. And first I tried out to use Handbrake on a server, because Handbrake is also available as a Docker container. So you could even archive or compress the video clips even on a server. And even this Docker construction uses different input folders, so you can combine one input folder with preset 1 and the other one with preset 2, and so on and so forth. So that could have been a solution, but there were two problems. I didn't find any support for 10-bit videos. That was the most important. And on the other hand, I wasn't able to reach through the graphical unit from my Intel processor, the QuickSense part, to the Docker container, so I couldn't use hardware acceleration, and that was quite annoying in the time used for a little video to convert it on the server. Okay, that said, I did a comparison, or I did a try on Windows, but first of all, I must say that Handbrake is pretty resolution oriented, and of course has a lot of presets concerning different types of hardware devices. But in my case I only use 8 or 10-bit video. Of course from my Lumix cameras it's 10-bit, but the regular screencast I do are only 8-bit, and either in 1440p or in 4K. So I just need two use cases, that is one for 8-bit video clips and the one for 10-bit video clips. So I first decided to configure the Handbrake, and let's go to the desktop PC, and I show you here how I configured my Handbrake settings. Okay, we first want to set up Handbrake in a little bit different way, because most of the presets are destined to either a certain resolution and or a certain device. And if you only want to convert your video archive to a smaller format, and you don't want to do anything on the resolution of those files, you might have to define other presets. Okay, let's take a look on this one. Okay, I preloaded here a video file, which we make a base for a certain preset. As you can see here, the presets usually define either a resolution or a certain device for which to convert the videos. And as you can see here, this original file is a 1440p. But here you can see that is only Full HD or 1080p in output. So we have to define another preset. We start by the dimension, and here first we go to resolution and scaling and select none, so that the file is kept in the original resolution you got in your archive. The second one, filters, we don't have to touch. Video, of course, here's the most important part, either the hardware acceleration. As you can see here, I'm on a system where if I have both alternatives, it's either Intel QuickSync like here, or use the Nvidia graphics card to transcode my videos. Let's say, for example, I will use the Intel QuickSync. Then I would select here the H.265, in this case for 8-bit. And since we can see here, it's 60 frames per second, but it's 8-bit. So we have to select here, same as source, if we just want to convert it. And now the most important part is quality setting. Here you have to test around according to your needs, what's the best setting for you. I did a couple of conversions with the setting advised by Handbrake, by the app, in this case 22 or even 26. And I did some with the quality setting of 18. And that turned out to be pretty good, even though the differences for a video file transcoded with the constant quality of 26, which is a much less quality and also results in smaller files, wasn't as many differences as you would expect in the first place, but I will keep it on quality setting 18, and of course we use a constant bitrate. Okay, now you check all the settings. Here you can see we got H.265, we got frames per second, same as source, of course. We got the resolution as same as source. Dimension, we don't play around with scaling or changing the resolution. Video is set for 8-bit. We have to do the same for 10-bit videos, of course, if you don't want to lose the options you get with a 10-bit video. And regularly we don't have to bother around with audio, subtitles and chapters. So we save that as a new preset. Yes, we override it. Now we have a new preset with those settings here. And for our sake and for the script, I use the settings here to export this one to a file. And as you can see here, I did that before. That is the result of the test preset as a JSON file, which you can use later in the script. As you can see, that is pretty convenient that you can use the graphical user interface of Handbrake to make the configuration and even test it out so everything is working okay. And then you can convert those presets you defined yourself to a JSON file, which you can later on use with the command line interface version of Handbrake. So I just mainly did two of those JSON files. One is of course for 8-bit, the other for 10-bit videos. And I decided not to play around with the resolution, so a 4K file will be outputted to a 4K resolution clip, and same is true for Full HD or 1440p and so on. So I just needed two of those JSON files to do the conversion. The other thing I wanted to use was a convenient method to call the scripts for conversion and handle over the clip file names, and there the sendto mechanism in Windows come in handy. So we'll show you that here on the desktop PC, how you can figure that. Okay, what we do is to play Windows R and type in shell sendto, and here you can see already the four scripts. That's effectively the same script, all because I determine according to the name of the script which preset to use. And this one leads us to this function I can use therefore, and that is go here for a video file, or let's go here for the mic. Let's take this one for example, and then here in Windows 11 you have to go to show more options, and now you can send to here to those files to convert this file according as a 8-bit or 10-bit file. And here on this machine I can even choose between the Nvidia or the Intel QuickSync transcoding. As you can see, it's pretty easy, even though on Windows 11 you have to go down on further options, and then you get the send to menu. But I think I can live with it with those two methods. So I had the software prepared for doing the conversion, and now I wanted to test out how the different encoders work and the quality setting in Handbrake. I did try out the quality setting of Q equals to 18, and also did one clip with the setting of 26, which is supposed to get you smaller files but less quality. But if you view them side by side, the differences are not as big as I would expect them to be. But for my video clips, I decided to stick with the quality 18 setting. And the next question was, how do the different PCs or encoders handle those video clips? So I used, and then I have to get to my notes, I used 1440p 60 frames per second from my X300, and it's almost 6 GB. I also used 4K 30 frames per second with regular 150 megabit per second. That was 11 GB, and of course what I mentioned is a 4K file with 400 megabit per second and almost 39 gigabit. So I did them and converted them as a set of those 3 or 4 files on my X300 PC with a Ryzen 7 CPU, which has a built-in CPU. And I also tried it on the Raxda X4, which I did a video on. I linked you that in the video description. And my, let's say, more powerful PC here with the Intel i7 1440K and a dedicated RTX 3060 graphics card. I did the conversion with the different encoders, and of course I measured the power consumption for those conversions, because it's not the time only, it's also a fact if you have to convert a couple of hundred video clips, how much power is drawn from the wall. So time is not the main parameter in this comparison. The first surprise was that converting the video clips with the Nvidia encoder hardware supported resulted in pretty large files, so they weren't even that much smaller compared to the other ones. I'll give you an example. Here a video file with 11 gigabytes as original video clips resulted in 500 megabytes with the Intel N100 and over 1.6 gigabytes converted with the Nvidia encoder. So I did a row of them. I don't want to read that all the table. I put a table with all the measurements, time and power consumption on my blog post, so you can decide yourself which one is the best for you. But surprisingly, the most efficient, at least in power consumption for certain video files, was the little Raxda with the N100 CPU. Only with one exception, that was an Opengate video that was converted a little bit more efficient on the i7 QuickSync encoder here on my desktop PC, but all others were converted very efficient with the small Raxda small PC I got from China. The only one I couldn't do was this Opengate video clip on my X300. The built-in graphics card or graphics unit, I guess, doesn't support such a resolution. So now you can read the results, and as I mentioned before, if you plan to archive your own video clips with Handbrake, do a really thoroughly test with the quality setting, because that's the most important, and it's the most individual setting, because you have to decide yourself if a quality setting of 18 is good enough, or even maybe a quality setting of 22, 23 or so might fulfill your needs you have on video archiving. Okay, that were my thoughts on video archiving with the help of Handbrake, and I will archive my videos at least 2 years after I recorded them, so the year, like 2024 is archived in 2026 and so on, but the older one are archived to this compressed format because I think I will never touch them again, those projects. Okay, that were my thoughts on Handbrake, and if you have any questions, just place them in the comment functions of YouTube or in the comment functions of the corresponding blog post. And if this video was a little bit helpful to you, might consider placing a like on the video. And if you subscribe my channel, you would surely be appreciated, and it supports my channel a lot. So that was my review, and all I have to say, till the next time, ciao, tux oche.